right, so this is manual mode, 1/6 shutter speed at 1.8 with the 24 millimeter on the R6 Mark II. And let's look at the dog. So this is C-Log 3, it's a little washed out, okay, but it's 4K 60. Yeah, it's at 24 millimeters, that's what it's saying. So I'm going to look at the darkness, see how it does with noise. So the reason why it's on C-Log 3 is 10-bit 422. I'm trying to test it as much as possible. See how long it'll record for about 15 minutes. There's no crop on this 4K 60. Okay. I think Peter had the R6 Mark II and he didn't like it. But this is in C-Log 3. Yeah, he had the R6, I think, and then he went for the Panasonic. It's 5.2. So I'm just walking around, testing out the stabilization. Let's look at the info. Nope, can't do that. Can't do the Q. Let's see. Oh. So you see, there's no crop at 4K 60. Yep, nothing there. All right. So I'm trying to figure out if it's going to give me a warning. It might not. But you see, this is a wide field of view. And if I turn it around so I can do a vlog. So with this, I am a little washed out because I'm in C-Log 3, but this is what you're supposed to get. So I believe I have the stabilization on. It's no crop. So what do you think? It's doing a pretty good job. She thinks it's a good job. She says, okay, are we going for a walk? I'm going to the bedroom watch. She'll get on the bed. I said, okay, we're going to bed. So I'm just walking around. Show you some stuff. I've been recording for about 3 minutes. So on the stabilization, it's smooth. I don't see any stuttering. That's the thing that I'm looking at. If you don't see any stuttering, it's doing a good job. You want it stabilized. You don't want any wobbliness on the edge. I do see a little, well, it's not metering, but, and this is a little bit heavy to hold on the R6 Mark II, but it's doing the job. So I did 15 minutes with the R10, no problem whatsoever. I'm not going to add a LUT to it. Not to this anyway. So I'm turning around. Show you my new dog. So she's not cropped, okay? And I passed the 5-minute mark. So this camera doesn't overheat. The thing I'm really going to test out is the R8. So if the R10 did it for 15 minutes with the crop at 4K 60, this one is not at a crop and it's at 4K 60. That tells me that those cameras are pretty good. A lot of people don't talk about that. What I want to see is if there's an overheat warning that comes up shortly. So if you do it for like 15 minutes, turn off the camera, do a little bit here, do a little bit there. That's what you want. Smooth operation. Now, I'm going to show you a little something on the thing. So I already downloaded the file. I'm going to get rid of it, eject it, take this out, turn on the light so you can see. So here's my R10. I put in the floppy, or the SD card. See, I'm from the old PC days, folks. I remember when they had cassette. So that's all ready to go. And if you notice, I got hot shoe covers. One thing I do want to stress is when you put on the lens, I always try to keep this back, you know, when I put the lens on, because I've been getting a lot of hair on the ZV-1 and ZV-10 and ZV-E1, ZV-1 Mark II, you know, if you have the hair or whatever. So, you know, get on the sensor. A lot of people don't talk about it. When you put the lens on, and I can hear the motor going back and forth. Yeah, she moves her pillow quite a much. So she's having a good time. She's making her bed. And she'll drag it around all around the house, by the way. She likes that bed. It's light enough for her to bring it around. I don't know if I have it on animal or people, but it's around her eye and around her head. No warning. I'm at f1.8, by the way. I guess I could put it at 2.8. There we go, 2.8. And I'm recording internally, so I'm stressing out the system. Walking around. Okay, now it's starting to get in focus. That's one thing about the 24 millimeter. I don't think it's that sharp. I might do the EFS 24 millimeter on the R10. I should have done that. I'll give you almost like a 40 millimeter equivalent. See, what they should do is with the lens, if it's an APS-C lens, they shouldn't say 16, they should say 24. That way it's equivalent to a full frame. But then when you start adding a 1.6 crop for Canon or 1.5 for Nikon or Sony or Fuji or whoever else, you know, on the APS-C, I don't think Panasonic have, they only have, they got full frame, and they got micro four thirds. I don't think they have an APS-C. Not that I know of. And Fuji, they got medium format and APS-C. No full frame or micro four thirds. Pentax only has DSLRs. Let's see, Nikon is going all mirrorless. So is Canon and Sony. Well, Sony's been mirrorless. Okay, so I did get an overheat warning, folks. 1 bar at 12 minutes, 36 seconds. R10 did not get a warning. But then again, the R10 may not have a warning feature. I don't know. But you see at 4K 60, it did it at 12 minutes or around 13 minutes, okay? 1 bar. So I know it'll last 15 minutes, but that's why I wanted to see. I just want to test out these cameras to see how long they can record. Okay. And I'll have to find out a little bit setting on the R10 to see if it overheats at 4K 60. Okay, I'm going to end this one.